हाय गाइस, वेलकम टू इंटरव्यू विक लाइव। हम बस कुछ ही मिनट में ज्वाइन करने वाले। जस्ट गिव मी अ सेकंड। मेरा रवनीत आजा। हेलो सर।
Hey, what's up,
आफ्टर
bro?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, man. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah, I can hear you well. Can you hear me?
Beautiful. Yes. अब
Yes.
AirPods आ गए, bro.
AirPods आ गए। New
अब
technology
सब
and
कुछ
your
मैं दे रहा है.
your background is looking really nice.
Thanks, bro.
Wow, setup.
Surprise, huh?
Ah,
I'm making a studio area.
nice
So
studio.
studio's coming up. Yes. Like अभी यहाँ पे I'm making something for food photography.
Wow.
So I have like a lot of light. अभी यहाँ पे setup होगा. So I need like a nice background.
No, it's really nice.
Thank you.
तो जो भी अभी लाइव हैं और जो भी लाइव होने वाले हैं, थैंक यू सो मच गाइस फॉर ज्वाइनिंग अस। वेलकम टू एवरीवन।
Thank you.
अगर
Thank you.
आप जो वीडियो अभी नहीं देख पाएंगे, अब वी विल अपलोड इट ऑन यूट्यूब ऑल्सो ऑन इंस्टाग्राम पेज। ऐसे ही बहुत सारे लोग मैसेज कर रहे हैं। देखो हेलो ब्रो आरजे। ओके सो बिफोर वी स्टार्ट, मैं थोड़ा बहुत बताना चाहूंगा रवनीत के बारे में। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आई विल टेल you guys how I met him. I remember I met him through my friend Pulkit. हम लोग नाइट क्लब जा रहे थे, ज्यादा डिटेल नहीं बतानी,
Yes.
उतना ही ठीक है।
तेरी
और
बैचलर थी, तू ही बता दे.
हाँ, मुझे याद है अभी भी रवनीत ने बोला ब्रो आई एम शेफ। मैंने कहा यार लग तो नहीं रहा है शेफ, बट when he started showing me all his pictures what he has done, and I said okay। मैंने कहा ऐसे भी शेफ होते हैं, like जो cool, party and everything. But I was very impressed when I saw your pictures on Instagram. The journey you have lived in India as a food blogger and also as a chef. तो रवनीत के बारे में थोड़ा बताना चाहूंगा। He's a Punjabi Munda who's working, not cooking Indian cuisine. I know if maybe I'm wrong, but you're cooking basically a Western cuisine, other cuisine, which is I've
As of
hardly
for
seen
now,
any.
yes. As
I've
of for now,
hardly seen.
yes. So like what I'm doing is I'm doing like film catering right now. So in
Mhm.
this, we actually, because we have in Toronto, we have people from all the different cultures. So we
Mhm.
take food from all different cultures and serve it. Like one day is going to be a Thai day, one day we'll do jerk special, one day every festival we celebrate as well. Maybe, like let it be a Thanksgiving, let it be whatsoever.
Mhm.
So it's based on what's happening around and
Okay.
celebrate Toronto. That's very important. Like our food is not a same menu every day. It's like
Yeah.
every day is going to be a new menu, new stuff.
Mhm.
Like we keep changing, keep adapting, so that everybody is enjoying themselves and gives us an opportunity to create more.
Oh, that's great. And I just want to know, पहले Delhi में BBA करी, then you came to downtown. Tell me about the journey, Delhi से downtown तक। ये शेफ के पिछले 8-10 साल कैसे रहे?
See, I actually wanted to open my restaurant from the age of 18.
Mhm.
But since there was no background of hospitality in the house and कुछ ज़्यादा knowledge नहीं थी, so I went to my dad and said I want to be a chef. And my families were like every other Indian family, they were not happy listening to this. कि अच्छा ठीक है, all of a sudden when he's trying to choose a easy way. That's what their perception was. So I thought कि नहीं ऐसा नहीं है, I want to do something. I want to do more stuff. So फिर what happened was कि after that my dad said at least get the graduation done so you
Mhm.
can have more sense about what's going to happen in the future. So I started doing it, but somewhat what happened in college time that I started following a diet. I was strictly on a diet and then I was eating like literally boiled food for about like 2-3 years just to
Mhm.
look like a nice Punjabi munda and everything, South Delhi boy. तो उसके लिए प्रॉपर वो चल रहा था. बट व्हाट हैपेंड वाज आई वाज नॉट हैप्पी इंटरनली कि मजा नहीं आ रहा था, लाइफ में
Mhm.
मजा नहीं आ रहा था. मैंने स्टार्ट कुकिंग फॉर माय फ्रेंड्स.
Okay.
दैट वर्कड. उसके बाद मैंने थोड़ी और चीजें करी. देन आई फिगर्ड इट आउट कि यार मैं 9 to 5 वाली जॉब कर ही नहीं पाऊंगा.
Mhm.
इट इज समथिंग दैट आई डोंट वांट टू डू एंड आई वांट टू ओपन अ रेस्टोरेंट स्टिल.
Mhm.
But the only thing was कि I didn't had enough experience. I didn't wanted to be another guy to make tandoori chicken on the road. I didn't
अच्छा.
wanted to be another Harry on the road.
Mhm.
So I wanted to learn more. I went to Imperial I went to Bangalore, the Ritz-Carlton. Like I went to
Mm.
other places to learn more. I was with Dusit Devrana, which is Rosette right now. So
Okay.
I met with a lot of like lot of nice chefs and who trained me, who guided me. And then after that, मुझके बाद भी ना मुझे opportunity नहीं दिख रही थी.
Mm.
कि it was something कि हमें पता नहीं चल रहा था कि हम क्या आगे what's the next step. मार्केट के अंदर सैचुरेशन ऑलरेडी था, कुछ नेक्स्ट स्टेप समझ नहीं आ रहे थे. सो आई डिसाइडेड ओके लेट्स गो टू कनाडा फॉर अ बिट, लर्न लर्न फॉर 3 years, कम बैक एंड देन ओपन द रेस्टोरेंट.
Okay.
बट उसके बाद फिर लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स हैपेंड हियर विच जस्ट लाइक आई वाज लाइक कि मैं जाऊं ना जाऊं. आई वाज लाइक ऑन टू बोट्स लाइक फॉरएवर. मैं सोच ही नहीं पा रहा था कि मैं जाऊं या ना जाऊं. Then
Mm.
certainly I was like, in the end of the day, I was happy here. I was happy what I was doing because there was a phase in restaurant where I wanted to quit this industry. And from there to coming back and then doing whatever I'm doing is fun. It's more like, I'm enjoying myself more. Because मैंने एक बार,
Mm.
like, I decided to leave it, and then,
Mm.
coming back to it was something ki I felt ki this is what I want to do. Hospitality is something what I should be doing, and I want to do more in it.
अच्छा, पहले एक चीज, how life, it's जैसे कहते हैं ना, chef की life, there's no 9 to 5 jobs you mentioned, right? And there's no fixed hours. You have to work 14 to 16 hours a day, and you have to work hard. Uh, Tell me how your life has changed coming to Canada. You mentioned about your Indian experience. You even decided to quit one day, but tell me about your experience when you only came to Canada. What was your dream? तू क्या सोच रहा था कि मैं किधर अपने आप को देख सकता हूँ और आज किधर है, मतलब इतनी उम्मीद थी
That
कि
is something different, but like how I got intrigued towards this profession was MasterChef. Like all the other MasterChef Australia. Like any other Indian, I used to look at it. I used to be like, अच्छा ऐसा भी होता है क्या खाना?
अच्छा.
Like it exists like this. Like there's more than what we eat. Because at that time, I guess the internet also was not very popular as now it is today.
Mm.
So it was something that we were like, okay, it's that's more than what we see. It's more than what we eat. So there are
Mm.
more things which are coming. Like so, I learned a lot from it, and then moving forward, I was like, okay, let's go for it. But the
Mm.
reality is very different. Like now, when I cook, I do not have cameras in my kitchen. Now I cook, I don't have
अच्छा.
people coming around and testing my food. No, no, no. It's like a
Exactly.
job. It's like a
Yeah.
job. It's like, set menus. Like you learn different sections, you keep growing. You start
Mm.
from a cold section, you move to another section, then you get all of this. And like luckily I went through the same process.
Mm.
And for me, it was to learn more. So I've worked like more than 20, 30 restaurants in a span of 6 years.
Wow.
I used to keep going because I used to be like, okay, like something new, let's do it. I'm
Mm.
someone who's very happy to try new things. So if like a Filipino chef would call me to do
Mm.
something or to teach me chicken adobo, I'll run for it. I'll be like, okay, let's do it. Teach me how. So
Mm.
there are very, very small things which I've picked from different cultures. Like one of my chefs, Jamaican, so he taught me how to make jerk chicken with prop from scratch.
Wow.
So
Mm.
I started to enjoy it even more because I could take more cultures. I can understand from more cultures. So
Mm.
that was something which was new to me, and that's what I loved. So it kept on like pushing me, like, what's next? Let's do something new. So that was like the journey, how it started and where it's going now.
So that's nice. अच्छा, 30 रेस्टोरेंट में काम किया ना, your work study. How many were Indian?
Two, no, no, no. Two were Indian.
हाँ.
My experience was not good over there, so I quit that restaurant. Like I quit
अच्छा.
that entire unit because it's very difficult to work in a place where it's very toxic. So Indian kitchens are like here are not very very cool. They're very to the book. They follow the
Mm.
hierarchy. Whereas if I go to any other kitchen, they give you the freedom. They allow you to do what you want to do. So that is something I always found missing, and I didn't see growth in it.
Mm.
Like my forte is modern Indian. It's not
Mm.
Indian. Why it's modern Indian is because whatever cultures I've taken, like whatever I've taken from other cultures, I want it to be a part of my food.
Mm.
Whatever we eat, whatever we do, like food is food. You
हाँ.
can't just put like a word that this is like strictly Indian food, तो ही अच्छा होगा, या फिर
हाँ.
typically Thai food, तो ही अच्छा होगा. There's so many
True.
chefs who did great fusion. It's just to understand the palate, to understand what you like.
Mm.
So that is why Indian restaurants से मैं थोड़ा दूर ही रहता था. क्योंकि the same menu यार, how many times can I do a same menu? I can't do a same menu for an entire week. How can I
Exactly.
just keep doing one thing again and again? There's no fun in it.
Mhm. तो मेरे को I want to know some stories ऐसा especially let's start with जब George Brown में when you started and hi Vishal I know he's messaging कि मैं उसका नाम नहीं ले
I
रहा
got Amit
he's
and Sai, Nikhil,
Vishal
hi,
uh, so
Vishal
tell
Dutta.
me
Yes.
tell me about your day one George Brown College right you were in George Brown College
Yes.
tell
Yes.
me about बहुत सारे लोग हैं they want to join as a chef or they want to start their career in culinary or baking तो कैसे मेरा स्टार्ट हुआ कॉलेज में क्या सीखा क्या डिफरेंट था इंडिया से स्पेशली बिकॉज आई नो इंडिया में बहुत रिस्ट्रिक्शंस है तो मेरे को डिफरेंस जरूर जानना है कि कनाडा की स्टडीज में और कंपेयर स्पेशली शेफ क्या डिफरेंस है
Canadian schools will teach you as like in a real time a restaurant would work, which is not like which was not in India when I started. In India, they treat it like a school. So there's a certain time your class will start, there's a certain time you'll go, there's certain rules and stuff. Here it's a mixture. Here you learn more, you take more stuff. Like you have to learn on the job. Your grading is very like they'll stand on your head and make you do things. If it's either like wash the dishes or mop the floor, everything will be done by you in here. In India, what I saw when I was doing it, there was a cleaner there, there was like other things. So it was kind of something which was not pushing me to the limits. It was something that, okay, you have come here to learn something, come learn this and go. So there it's more like they make sure that it's done properly. So you learn how to do it.
ओके
So, like when you're just starting off and everything, so even then you have to mop the floor and do all the jobs, all the odd jobs. So once I mopped in a restaurant the first day when I was working in a Lee restaurant. So I was working with Susuli's restaurant, his kitchen, and the executive chef asked me to mop the kitchen just because the first day you should start like from the bottom
या
because they have that rules. They have that rules that you have to make sure that everything you learn and do everything. So whenever we need you to do something, you should be able to do. So
ओके
that's what their psyche is all about. So I mopped the floor. He looked at me and he smiled and he said, "You never mopped the floor, right?" I said, "Never." So he took the mop and he showed me how, like for 2 minutes, and he said, "Okay, now mop the entire restaurant." So like it's like you learn from it and you keep going on from all these factors, all these things. So it's been a good journey, learning like from easy stuff. Okay, what is this? Okay, this is a marination. Why not? When you have to actually stand in a hot kitchen and then cook, it's
या
altogether a different ball game. It's like it's a different thing altogether. So you learn on the job, and यहाँ पे क्या होता है? They give you references. The number of restaurants. If I'm talking about downtown, like George Brown, King Street was there, Queen Street was there. The number of restaurants are like
या
quality of the restaurant also outstanding. So they give you references, they push you to other chefs, they make sure if you see any potential in you, they will come and push you and suggest you the places that you should go for. Like I remember we have this course in which we have to work in a college canteen. So George Brown has a special chef's kitchen. So
ओके
everything that goes out is a cafeteria style kind of a deal. So you learn how cafes work. So there I made a butter chicken pizza. I
बटर
had
चिकन
John Higgins come to me and try to he came about like 3 times to get a pizza. He couldn't get it. So, like one of the other chefs took my pizza and next day he came to me. He was a very strict professor. So he came to me and he said, "You want to get reviews of your pizza? You want to know more about it?" I said, "Sure." So he's like, "This was one of the best fusions I've had in a long time." And I was just starting. So for me to get that, because that time I had just had come from Delhi. So my palate was such like proper tikha, bilkul, chatpata sa palate. And then you make something, you want that on your plate. So I
या
made it, and then here the food is quite different. The spices, the level of spice is like very low. So that was something about like he was like, "You want to play, you want to be fearless." So I took it and I still put a lot of spices in my food. My food is not salt and pepper. So I like
या
to play with like all those different spices, all everything, whatever I can do. Like even I at home I have this collection, so whatever I feel like I do it. So
Oh,
this
that's
is what we learn here.
and we have few questions I see एक क्वेश्चन किसी ने पूछा है कि which is the best college for culinary in Canada
See, personally, I will say George Brown because of its location. Not the curriculum. H116 course is something that I did, and It's a fantastic course. It gives
Yeah.
you an overview of everything that you need to learn.
Mm.
But more or less, it's not about the college here. It's more about where you go and work. The more, the kind of experience and exposure you get in a live kitchen while working is not what you can't get in a college. They will tell you the basics, but like every kitchen follows their own rule. So I will say, like, look for the places where the restaurants are closer so you can get more exposure of what's happening around you. The more
Yeah.
you'll educate yourself, the more you educate yourself, it'll be like more better for you to grow.
So practical knowledge to बोल रहा है,
Practical knowledge बहुत जरूरी है यार. If I
mm,
don't work on a station, I can't control that.
mm. Okay, I can't hear you. अच्छा
Sorry,
अब ठीक
voice
है.
crack हुआ.
हाँ ठीक है अब ठीक है. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So
voice crack in between.
mm,
So basically, where was I? What are you talking about? The restaurant. Can you hear me now
yeah,
properly?
I can hear you now. Yeah, I was not able to hear you. Yeah. So I have another
Yes, yes,
question
yes.
for you.
Yeah.
So there's another question. What are different levels of chef in fine dining restaurants?
There's a line cook. There is like all different stations which put the food together.
Mm,
So they're basically they start from the bottom. There's a dishwasher. There's someone
mm,
who manages your inventory. Then there's a prep
mm,
cook, and then there's a line cook. After this, there's a CDP, and then the junior sous chef, and then the head chef. So there's a whole hierarchy which works towards it to make the food. And restaurant
mm.
or like this our own thing is not like a one-man job. You
हाँ,
have an entire team which comes together to work.
mm,
So it's always like a teamwork with all the sections come together to put out the food at the same time.
yeah. तो मेरे को अगर थोड़ा बहुत ब्रीफ बता सकता है क्या रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज होती हैं डिफरेंट line cook you mentioned executive
Sure,
chef.
I'll just run it through you how it used to work. Like there's a cold section where you make salads, desserts, cold appetizers. Then there is line in which you do the hot orders, like
Mm,
the hot appetizers to main course and everything. The CDP's role is to ensure that everything is there. He makes sure that all the departments are like working the way they should work.
mm,
And junior sous chef CDP are almost the same rank because they
mm,
have enough experience. So junior sous chef also ensures that everybody and anybody needs help or
mm.
needs to do something. He'll take care of that. You walk around the kitchen and you see, okay, this section needs this for before a service, or this section requires this before a service. So that's what junior sous chef would do. Sous
Okay.
chef would do like they will do all the line checkups and everything. They will make sure the food quality is going out great. They will do the ordering. They will do the scheduling of everybody who's coming in. And then there's a lot of small its and bits there. If there's nobody showing up, they have to jump on the line and do things. And main executive chef ensures that the restaurant is working in profit, or they
Yeah.
keep the books, they keep the total ordering under control, they keep the quality under control. Like the next level supervision which is required in order to run the things smoothly. So that's like
That's,
more or less,
yeah,
entire how the
so
system works.
because for us, मैं जैसे बोलता हूँ, for us we know there is a different hierarchy when it comes about fine dining restaurants or even regular restaurants also in Canada, right? But
Yes.
उसमें हमें नहीं पता होता कि वो इतना क्या करते हैं, like because we don't see that's behind that wall the working.
Yes.
We have some live cooking restaurants too, but they are behind the wall and cooking for us and making sure that we like the food and presentation, everything is good. कितना effort जाता है हम लोगों को किचन का थोड़ा वो टूर देना कि क्या मेहनत लगती है पीछे क्या हमें हमें दिखाई नहीं देता है तो I want to see from I want to know exactly what happened, how easy it is. No, I know it's not easy, but still,
See, like after a lot of people watched MasterChef as I mentioned before,
yeah.
their idea of thing were very different, and so was for me. So when I went to college, I was talking to my professor, and he said, "You have a wrong image in your head." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "We are at the back of the main concert. We are not the concert."
Yeah.
So I was like, what do you mean? He said, if you just imagine somebody's getting an award, you are there, for example, if president is getting an award, for example, and you are cooking, like you are cooking in the kitchen. You get to do what you are doing is
Mm.
behind the job. You're not the one who's important. Your food will be there. People will eat your food and they'll go. But then you are not the face of the entire show. So
Yeah.
that doesn't happen. So, it's something which is just goes like you'll go to a wedding, you'll enjoy the food, but then the food is not something which stays with you forever. There's
Mm.
other memories which stay with you.
True.
So, there's certain factors which are like you have to do it and it'll happen. And you
Mm.
have to just take it how the things move. So, like when we finish a service, it's work for us, right? It's our job. So when we put out a service, just like right now today, Ontario just opened up last night.
Yeah.
So I went to a
Finally.
restaurant just to have like a snack or something, and I saw the way the kitchen was hustling, the way the kitchen was making sure that everybody who can get in on time because they was waiting. They
Yeah.
still have a 50% capacity, so half of the tables are empty. So what was happening was they were pushing as hard as they could because I walked around the kitchen and I saw how busy they were. So, all these things are to spread happiness as well. Like you
Yeah.
go to a restaurant, it's a good feeling. It's a nice, like it's a nice feeling to just come out of the restaurant and eat properly. But we don't get to do it. That's our how our system works because we eat at the end. So
Mm.
even after if I do a buffet for like 250 people, I do not get to get a plate, sit down in a corner and eat. I
Yeah.
eat at the very end of it, whatever is left over or whatever is there. So that is something which is like, some of the things which people don't even notice or think about.
तो that's true. Exactly. तो ये कहते हैं ना जो कुकिंग करता है ना उन्हें खाना भूख कम लगती
बिल्कुल.
है.
For about like 2 years, I couldn't eat my food. Because I
हाँ.
used to look at the menu for about like 12 hours.
अच्छा.
So after that, when you try to eat, you can't eat.
हम्म.
So now, but I've changed that. What I realized that was a mistake. But I realized that the more I eat my food, the
हम्म.
more confident I am, the more tastings I'm doing of it.
हम्म.
So the more rectification I can do of the things. Like if I'm tasting my products, I know what's good and what's not good. So I can work on it. So that is something I started like 2 years ago. As on it, just after lockdown when I started, I just
हम्म.
started a whole new game. I just wanted to do it better, do it properly. I was more focused, I'll say. So it's more
हाँ.
fun now. It's more fun now. My food quality is improved. Like I
हाँ.
enjoy what I do more
Yeah.
because I'm happy of the products which come out.
That's all you need. I know like a lot of people have joined. They have they don't know that you are working currently right now on film sets as a chef. I know. अगर मूवी का नाम डिस्क्लोज कर सकता है बहुत बढ़िया है. कौन सी मूवी पे काम कर रहा है अगर नहीं कर सकता इट्स फाइन आई अंडरस्टैंड.
नहीं
तो मैं
अभी वाली का तो नहीं कर सकता.
नहीं कर सकता बट
But
बता सकता है कौन सी मूवीज में काम किया है तूने एज अ शेफ.
there have been a lot there. I did some Jupiter's Legacy, which is on Netflix.
Oh.
Then there's Lullaby, which is a horror movie.
Mhm.
Then there's a TV show on CBC,
Yeah.
Nurses,
Mhm.
Handmaid's Tale.
Mhm.
I did like two projects with Netflix in about like last year.
Mhm.
Then this year I did one with Disney. I finished it. Now I'm doing a Disney Apple collab, and the next
Okay.
I'm going to another Disney show. So I
Wow.
finished the TV season, and the same season is doing another. Like that season is doing another season. So from season three,
Season
I'm
two.
going season four.
Wow.
So it's fun. So it's a lot of
Fun.
work. It's absolutely because you get to the same crew. See, when
Mhm.
you work in a film set, you're friends with them. You
Yeah.
log with them for 12 hours a day minimum. So
Yeah.
when that happens, there's a lot of like friendships. Like there are a lot of people who care about you or there. I recently just had a bone on my hand, and I had everybody on the set come and ask me how was my hand and if I was taking care of it or not.
Mhm.
So you just there's a relationship or the bonds that are created on the show.
Mhm.
Like every now and then I get like personal messages as well from all my crew about one thing or the other, just to keep us entertaining or just to write nice stuff. So
Mhm.
all of this becomes a part of it, which is nice.
Okay. That's nice. So lockdown, I want to know like and सबसे ज़्यादा I think dark face of restaurant industry or food
Very dark.
industry because you're closed. Even takeout was allowed. I'm going to talk about Toronto. I don't know what exactly happened in India, but tell me how was the scenario and अब क्या है? मतलब now we are in stage three. We are open. I think we are doing indoor dining also. So tell me the difference. What was the scenario when it was
It was the
lockdown?
biggest difference. It was the biggest difference because when you shut down restaurants, all the jobs are gone. There is no job. And that was one of the reasons like I had left restaurant industry in about like 2017 or 18.
Okay.
because I was not finding anything like interesting over there in the end. I was not learning anything. So
Mhm.
for me, that changed. But when the jobs are gone, everybody loses the like.
Yeah.
There's no income. There's like the people are trying to order from like the places, and they are mostly takeouts.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you do not require as much as staff in takeouts as you need in the running restaurant.
Mhm.
Like that's the biggest difference. So like if you need about like 10 people, you'll go ahead with 2 people.
Yeah.
So like 8 people lost their job while this was happening. Even for me, the films were not working for 6 months. So for 6 months, I had to sit home. The
Okay.
government benefit was taken and all this stuff happened.
Mhm.
But because there was no work in the city, it was not that we didn't want it to work. There was no work in the city.
Mhm.
So for me, as soon as film started back, things were getting better. Things were
Uh-huh.
getting so much better because they had set protocols. I have to test at least 3 times a week still. I still
Mhm.
test about 3 times a week in order to keep working. So that has become a part of my life as well. So that for restaurant, it was still not the same. Like I still know like people who still don't have jobs because the
Mhm.
restaurant are still working at 50% capacity, not 100%.
True.
So
True.
you do not need the same amount of people still.
Yeah.
So this is like a wait. It's a waiting game. But what I have felt is the people are making more money now. Chefs
Mhm.
have spoken up finally that they want more money in Toronto at least.
Mhm.
So there's a huge thing going on that the wages have gone quite well up.
Oh.
And like restaurants are willing to pay benefits. Restaurants are willing to make the structure better in order to
Mhm.
make it work. Because what they realized was that uh, without even the front of the house staff, restaurants were still performing the same. There was
Mhm.
not much of a difference in the income that they were making and all that factors because people were still tipping,
Okay.
so that was happening. So now I think the scene will get better for chefs in Toronto because there's a shortage right now. There's a big
Mhm.
shortage. We see demand of it every day. If you leave a job today, you can go to another one next day.
Oh.
It's that fast.
That's good news for
For
people,
the people who want
especially.
to come, yeah, the students who want to come next, because what happened was a lot of restaurants got shut in this lockdown.
Mhm. Mhm.
So that was something which was not accepted, like which was not accepted by the students who were trying to come to this country to learn more or to educate or settle here. So that changed because as soon as restaurants were shut, they knew that they wouldn't have any chances to be here, to survive here,
Yeah.
because there were
Yeah.
no jobs. So now the restaurants are opening back, and I the response has been great. The way it's been opened up, all the patios been opened up. People have
Mhm.
found way to even live with this virus so that they can still enjoy and they can keep having a regular life.
Yeah.
So that's what I think is a good change in the industry right now, which was missing.
I think that's great. I wish, I hope next month you'll see 100% capacity, dine in everywhere, not
Fingers
only in
crossed.
Toronto. Yeah, finger
Fingers crossed.
crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Uh, India, I know you have worked in India as a trainee, you have worked in India as a chef. Tell me about your experience working in India. And I remember you told me about one interview crack, right? Uh, Share that experience. I want to hear that story you told
Which
me
one?
last time. Remember the trainee story. Remember you used to work in Imperial, I think?
हाँ.
उसी का बताया था ना तूने Imperial का बताया था
किया क्या था?
जब तू you got a trainee job and the struggle you have to go through.
Yeah. After MasterChef phase, when I went to the kitchen properly,
Uh-huh.
so first 2 months I was just given to peel onion.
अच्छा
I used to peel onion for about like 2 months.
अच्छा
So I can see. But then what I realized when I went back to it was my training team.
yeah.
How can you get someone working for free and ask them to cut onions? That is something I could never realize.
Do you remember how many onions you peeled?
अब तो ट्रैक नहीं है. अब उस टाइम पता होता तो मैं बता देता. उस टाइम मेरे को पता होता था कि how many onions there are in a bag. So I have
Yeah,
to target. But
yeah.
I used to peel that for 2 months. But you know what? The thing was they tried to make me explain if they start pushing me into the station,
Mhm.
like there and then when I don't know nothing, I'll be lost. So
Yeah.
for like first 2 months in India, there's a lot of time. Here, the market is very fast. In
Wow,
India, the
okay.
pace is very slow as
Yeah.
compared to if somebody is doing like in India, 3 people are doing that job. Here, one person is supposed to do that job.
Oh.
So there, the pace is very slow. So I
Mhm.
was made stand and look around all the station, what was happening and absorb.
Mm.
what I could learn from them, what I could understand from them. So all those things were important as a beginner because
Okay.
there was no rush. I was working banquets. In banquets, there is a set way of procedure how they work.
Mm.
Like you go in a wedding, right? So you see it's a hotel, so there were weddings. Like 8 o'clock, the food will open up. The 9 o'clock buffet will open up, or
Mm.
lunchtime, 2 o'clock, the buffet will open up. So they had set protocol, so they had time. So they made me stand and like for 2 months, I just figured out what I was doing. And when
Mm.
I came here, I remember my first shift, I was just thrown on the line
Oh.
because there's shortage. Because there's shortage, I was just thrown on the
Huh.
line. Hey, you plate, you do this, you do this. So
Huh.
I was like, okay, now the game has started. Like this is how the pace will go.
Yeah.
So it was fun.
So what do you learn? You said you used to, peel onions, and then what was your next? How long it
Basics,
took you? Basics.
basics. How to cut with a knife.
Uh-huh.
Like there was a chef who used to make me, Oriental chef used to make me cut onions, dice onions every
Mm-hmm.
day.
Mm-hmm.
So he used to make sure कि proper cubes हो बिल्कुल अच्छे से कटे
अच्छा. अच्छा.
दोनों आँख कट हो. So they used to make sure that it's done properly.
Uh-huh.
So it was something I used to hate at that time because knives are not sharp. We didn't have enough knowledge.
Yeah.
Knowledge is the key. So you have to
Yeah.
learn everything and then put it in places where it's required. So you have to make sure that okay, I've learned this, now I have to apply this.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what like it was there in India. Time was there.
But India, like, what's the difference? Just say I am pretty sure that we cannot cook a lot of foods.
There's a lot of
Different
restriction
kind
on
of
the
food.
meat.
Meat.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
restriction on the meat. There's a lot of restriction on the ingredients that are being used.
Mm-hmm.
Like अगर देखा जाए तो मैंने वाइन नहीं आने दे रहे थे स्कूल के अंदर when I was studying about culinary and I
Oh,
was doing French cuisine. So
वाइन
when you
क्यों
do
नहीं लाने दे
French,
रहे थे? Sorry,
they
वाइन क्यों
said
नहीं
that
लाने?
the people here working, the students are less than the age of the drinking age in Delhi at that time was 25,
अच्छा.
and there were students who were like 18, 19, 20. So they
Mm.
found like a loophole where they said like, okay, the students who are underage, we can't provide them alcohol.
Yeah, I got it.
So, these are the kind of things which were happening back home. They don't give you the chance or opportunity to do more. It's
Okay.
more like they were also acting like a business that जितना
Mm.
बचा सकते हैं उतना बचाएंगे. So like with this funda, the students
Mm.
can't learn.
Mm.
Students can't learn,
Yeah.
and they need to explore more.
Huh.
That beef is banned in certain places, like some places don't serve pork. So all these things, are something for somebody who wants to cook, they're
Mhm.
restricting them.
Yeah.
There should be more exposure there. That's what I feel.
Okay, so talking about, you said when you used to work in India, even onions when you cut, you need to make sure you cut in a cubes ऐसे होना चाहिए. You're starting your channel, a YouTube channel, right? Will we see those basic steps? Because it's very important. जब हम लोग खाना घर पे बनाते हैं, especially जब जो शेफ की बात नहीं, regular cooking करते हैं, we don't care about के उसका cube इतना बड़ा है या छोटा है. We just want to, but definitely, अगर if you will
I will make
share,
videos. It's no problem.
yeah.
I'll make a video of
So
it.
tell me about your future plan, your YouTube channel, your what are you starting, your page, Instagram
See,
page.
it's a see. I didn't want it to be like in a YouTube race. Personally, for
Yeah,
me, it was just to promote the Indian food.
Indian food.
Because
Okay.
since I'm doing modern Indian, it's very important to understand the essence of it
Mhm.
and how it will merge in the future.
Okay.
In my understanding. So it's mostly like a journey. It's mostly like what I felt, what I learned. I'm
Mhm.
putting it out.
Okay.
So it's just like it's a Instagram page where I'm just expressing myself. I'm
Mhm.
putting whatever I feel like. I'm putting the things which I want to talk about, which are there, which I
Mhm.
will promote more in the future, which are like the lost gems.
Yeah.
Because I can't restrict myself to the basic menu which is being served in the Indian restaurants right now. I
Okay.
personally, I don't enjoy it, so I don't want to live with it. I want to do more. So I want to make sure people know that there is more. And
Mhm.
it's mostly like to create the awareness of the things.
Mhm.
So right now we're going through the other journey. Like we're going from Kolkata, we're going to Chennai soon. So in that
Yeah.
thing, whatever I've learned, I'm just putting it out. It's just like I'm expressing myself.
Mhm.
So that's what I'm doing over there.
But I see that you always put everything on stories, but still we are not able to get the whole अभी क्या चल रहा है बस हमें थोड़ा सा glimpse you are showing on your stories, but not. putting it on the post. So if you can tell me कब हमें देखने को मिलेगा, when we will.
It's storytelling. It's like
Mm.
I'm just putting one thing at a time. I'm taking my time to express it.
Okay.
It's like whatever I'm doing right now, I didn't even think that I'll be able to do it. The kind
Okay.
of products I get every day, the kind of menus I do, I really had no idea that that existed. So
Mm.
that's what like Abhi, I'm showcasing the roots,
Roots.
where I've come from, and like moving forward, we'll move to Toronto, like, and then after this, whatever, like I'll go to the next one, like next
Okay.
country as soon as lockdown opens up. I have certain plans, so I want to start working towards them. कि और सीखें और कुछ करें मजा आए
Yeah.
हम जैसे भी enjoy कर सकते हैं हम वो करें. So that is the entire goal of that page. It is like just I needed one year. Every time I was doing something, I was posting anything. I had a lot of people who were like, "There's too much food going on. There's too much this, too much that." I said, "Okay, you know what? Let me just make a separate page." There were people like make a page, send us recipes. So I was
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm just gonna make everything together. Like
Yeah.
एक जगह पे I will just post food and whatever I have to post. Second,
Mm.
my regular page.
Got it. So I'm excited. I'm waiting. जब you start posting more pictures. I saw your Kolkata one, which you posted. It
Yeah.
was really nice. Uh, I, you are in Canada. कितने देर हो गए इंडिया गए?
Lockdown से पहले I was there in 2020.
2020 you were there. Okay. Do you
20
don't?
just before when the corona started, we had
Mhm.
we had like listened that corona is going on in China. There's a disease up in the air and it will be a problem. So nothing was happening till March, till I got back
Yeah.
here. I started a project. I was working on a project, and all of a sudden we just shut. So that was like different.
Oh.
So in
So,
2020, I went.
so India, don't you miss food back? Indian khana is what example जो इंडिया की स्ट्रीट फूड है या इंडिया में जो खाना मिलता है, you don't get the same quantity or quality of food in Toronto. I know you
Quantity तो
have
मिल नहीं सकती ना.
नहीं
Quantity
मिल
तो मिल नहीं
सकती.
सकती.
Yeah.
Quality is something which which is possible, which is quite possible. As I said, there's shortage of chefs, so
Mhm.
anybody and everybody who's doing is not their forte. If you take it from like Delhi is full of chefs. Like Delhi,
Yeah.
the khana is known for it, right? So
Yeah.
there it's more like you will find different kind of street fusions happening.
Mhm.
Here you just get the hot dog, you just get the pizza. There's very,
Yeah.
very, the food scene here is like very Western still.
Mhm.
You'll have cafes, you'll have other restaurants, but then it won't be as same as Delhi.
Exactly. So, I think I have few questions for you from audience I got before I started the session. So, uh, questions हैं फिल्म सेट पे नो लाइक कुकिंग के अलावा क्या क्या होता है मस्ती एंड किस किस एक्टर के लिए अगर इफ यू कैन नेम और यू हैव कुक्ड एंड टेल मी अबाउट योर कैसे स्टार्ट होता है व्हाट टाइम यू गो ऑन सेट एंड व्हाट
So
व्हाट इज योर
our
रिस्पांसिबिलिटी.
our mornings are very, very early because we get in there even before hair makeup gets in, the actors get in.
Yeah.
So what happens is there's a crew call at which every crew member would start all the different sections
Okay.
like sounds, there's grip, there's all different kind of sections which are there. They have to come together and start working. For example, crew call is 7, so they'll start at 7, and then we'll have actors come in for makeup and all this stuff around 5 o'clock, and hair and makeup as well because they have to start their hair and makeup.
Okay.
So in the beginning, I have to even start before them. So I start almost first on the set, and then I will have hair and makeup coming up after 2 hours, so I have enough time to prep my stuff. And then I serve them around 5 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock,
In the
and
morning,
in the
breakfast.
morning because they have to get the makeup done for the
Okay.
artists for whomsoever is
Okay.
coming in because makeup takes about 2.5 hours. Hair, makeup, and
Mm.
everything, it
Mm.
takes about 2 hours. So you start at 7 o'clock, and then it just goes on. They go and start shooting, and I start prepping for my lunch. So
Okay.
in between, there is a lot of time, a lot keeps going on because these right now we are in a closed set, so
Mm.
nobody's allowed in. There are like around like 250 people on my set.
Oh,
So around 50 stay inside for the shoot, and about 200 people are outside in a parking lot.
okay.
So when people are there, it's almost like a carnival. Like I've been sitting on my food truck, and
Nice.
everybody else is dancing. Everybody has their job which they keep doing.
Mm.
So it's quite fun. It's quite
Mm.
fun. The energy on the set is very nice.
Okay. So, which actors, if you can tell me, if you are okay to share names, cook for?
I did a Jason Momoa,
So, wow.
Aquaman.
Yeah.
So he was here and we were doing sea. So I used to go and particularly make his breakfast. Then
What he used to
I've
eat
been.
in breakfast?
He had a very, very strict meal.
He
There
is
were,
huge
there was, yeah, so he has to eat every 3 hours. Every three
every
hours
three
he has to
hours.
eat.
Okay.
Exactly. Every 3 hours he needs to eat.
Hmm.
So he used to have 6 minute boiled eggs with soya sauce and spinach in the morning. We used to make special oats for him. There used to
Okay.
be goji berries. There used to be all kind of seeds, nuts, with almond milk. So all those stuff we were required to have and has to
Hmm.
be properly. So he was supposed to start Aquaman 2. So he had a trainer from LA who was
Okay.
making sure he eats properly.
Okay.
So there were like every 3 hours he'll eat his chicken thighs with collard greens. There were certain meals he had his spaghetti bolognese going in every 4 hours or something like
Hmm.
this. So he was quite a task.
Just say I remember I was in India and I went to one Punjabi film set. I don't want to name that movie, but India, when
Was it bad?
it's uh, so it's the, I know like you guys used to have buffet, right, before lockdown.
Yeah.
But वहां पे गया again they used to serve in that plastic का थाली जो यहाँ डॉलरामा में मिलता है तो वही प्लास्टिक के स्पून so we have to जैसे शादी में मिलता है खाना in the same way you have rajma you have Indian food of course they'll not serve you I'm not sure because I remember I was sitting in one of the Punjabi actor again I don't want to name उनके ट्रेलर में तो वहां पे खाना same they were eating the same food even I know
Yeah.
like they were on diet or something but they were eating the same food
Yeah.
but उधर आई एम प्रीटी श्योर द शेफ की एक रिस्पेक्ट और वैल्यू इज नॉट द सेम बिकॉज हमारे वहां पे भी शेफ किसी शेफ को बोलते हैं जो मतलब एवरीबडी शेफ चाहे वो एक ढाबे में खाना बना रहा है चाहे वो स्ट्रीट फूड में है आप वहां पे वो मतलब शेफ वर्ड यूज नहीं करते हम कहते हैं वो कुक है भाई यहाँ पे बहुत डिफरेंस है
यहाँ पे.
आई एम नॉट आस्क यहाँ पे आई एम नॉट आस्किंग टू टेल
हाँ.
मी द
Yes. Yes. Yes.
exactly how much you make but somebody who wants to join this career and want to work in on the film sets in future कितना पैसा बन सकता है मतलब आइडिया मतलब हाउ द करियर है
ऐसे
हाउ
नहीं
लॉन्ग
पूछते
यू
वे
कैन गो
कैसे ऐसे नहीं पूछते. Sky is the limit.
हाँ बिकॉज बहुत सारे
ऐसे.
लोगों ने मुझे क्वेश्चन पूछा है कि ये जो इंडस्ट्री है ये उन लोगों के लिए जो मेहनत कर सकते हैं वो आर वेरी पैशनेट अबाउट फूड राइट बट हाँ लाइक आई वी सी मास्टर शेफ रियलिटी शो जो हम देखते हैं वो क्या डिफरेंस है बिकॉज वी सी मास्टर शेफ फूड लुक अमेजिंग कोई भी बना रहा है तो टेल
That's the food done for the camera. That's the food done for for the audience who will watch it on social networks. So
ओके
that is a different business.
अच्छा
That's a reality show. That is
या दैट्स अ
nothing else but a
रियलिटी शो
reality show. So
हाँ
it is not that the cooking has to be same. Look, the food does not look that flawless in
या
a regular life or regular restaurants, what they show in the commercials.
या
So it is altogether different game. Like you're comparing two different things. That is a TV show, and it will like if you watch any other TV show, the life on a TV show is very different than a regular life. So it's likewise. The food in a regular days are very different as what is being shown in a camera and how it's captured. We
ओके
try to go as close as we can, but it's a huge difference. When you go, you see like an Indian food on a poster, and when you go in a restaurant, you get the same thing.
नो
Exactly. So it is how it is. It is. So don't combine two things. How
ओके
like this is different game.
अच्छा एक क्वेश्चन है ऑडियंस से जो मुझे पूछा कि आई नो यूर सिंगल राइट नाउ जब शादी हो जाएगी कुक कौन करेगा तू या तेरी वाइफ या शेफ से शादी करनी है
uh, I cook, yeah. I cook. I am okay to cook. I love it. I enjoy it. I'll cook.
श्योर अभी देख ले
Why
रिकॉर्ड हो रहा
not?
है लाइव चल रहा है बाद में भी देखा जाएगा जब तेरी शादी होगी बाद में बोलना कि मैं
My
टाइम नहीं है
mama, my mother just joined it.
हाय
So
हेलो आंटी
so she will find this question very entertaining right now.
हाँ तो यू हैव टू टेल द आंसर अगेन ना यू विल कुक
Ah, mama. Everybody will cook in the house since my mama is there.
एवरीबडी चलो आई
Everybody
होप
get turns.
क्योंकि ये कहते हैं ना कि जब इवन मैंने बहुत सारे लोग देखे हैं, दे आर वर्किंग एज अ शेफ आउटसाइड बट दे डोंट कुक एट होम.
I don't have groceries at home. I don't cook at home.
You don't cook at home?
No, I rarely cook at home.
You
I
really
am I'm I do not cook. I rarely cook at home. I
really?
usually get my own food. I eat my food. Whatever I
Okay.
cook, I eat.
Acha, from
So I've
sense.
made sure, yes, I've made sure that I eat from, because the thing is, when I try to do this, my entire system is done. I can't come home at late at night and then start cooking and start eating my
Hmm.
food.
Acha.
As I said earlier, my days are very long, so I do
Hmm.
not have that much time in hand.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
that is what is the difference.
So tell me, a lot of Indian students ask me this question. So they want to come to Canada, and start their career in culinary. And what advice will you give them? Okay, why, if they want to come, for what reason? Like there are other countries also they can go, right? Why they should come to Canada? If they are coming to Canada, what expectations they should bring? Because बहुत बारी होता है, सबको होता है कि when they come, they will get a job right away. I know
See,
a lot of.
be ready to work hard. That
Yeah.
is the first number one thing that I like to say. That if you're coming and you're expecting that somebody will take care of you, that is not the case. You are supposed to take care of yourself. You're
Okay.
supposed to manage your hours. There are a lot of other things which will be added in your day, which were not earlier,
Okay.
like cleaning the house, organizing the house, washing, cleaning,
Yeah.
laundry. And
True.
then you have to go out and meet people because you don't have a family here. So you need to make a social circle.
Mhm.
There are like so many other things, which are a part of this, which we do not realize until unless we are here.
Yeah.
Because I used to have a car in Delhi. I didn't have a car here for about like 2, 3 years. So I used to take
Mhm.
the transit. I used to take all the public transport. So you have to be up in a certain time because here the system is very accurate. If
Yeah.
they say a bus is coming at 5:55, it'll come at 5:55. There are apps for that. There are certain other things which they have made possible that you can make sure that you're showing up on time. So
Yeah.
if you miss a bus, then you have to wait for 15 minutes like this. You lose your class because that has
Yeah.
happened with me. I've like here they're very particular about time. If you're
Mhm.
not showing up on time, you won't get the attendance
Exactly.
because it's same as prepping you for the job. When you go for a
True.
job, you're supposed to be there at 9 a.m. So you're supposed to be there at 9 a.m. It's your problem how
Yeah.
you want to manage your own time. So that is something which I learned the value of time and which I believe anybody and everybody who's coming will learn as well.
Yeah. The biggest reason why I want to interview you was your lifestyle. I think it's very hard to work 14 to 16 hours a day and still, find time for yourself, enjoy on weekends, make sure, you're not, living a life like you're just working, 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 and you're not happy. But I see that you party, you have time for yourself, you make sure that you live your life, and your energy is very positive, is very strong. That's why I want to interview. I want to
Thank you,
know
thank you.
how you manage to do that. 12-1 बजे सोना और 5 बजे उठ जाना, अगर ऐसा सबको करना हो और उसके बाद इतनी एनर्जी होनी, आई नो व्हेनेवर आई टॉक टू यू फुल ऑफ यार, मतलब ऐसा लगता है बात करके लाइक मेरे को एनर्जी आ जाती है. सो आई वांट टू नो योर डेली रूटीन, हाउ यू आर एबल टू मैनेज एंड यू नो एक ही एनर्जी, उस पॉजिटिव एटीट्यूड कैसे रखता
यार
है.
हर टाइम बंदा पॉजिटिव नहीं रहता ऐसा नहीं होता कि हर टाइम पॉजिटिव है बट आई एंजॉय व्हाट आई डू
या
as I said earlier I enjoy what I do I want to make sure that एक बंदे का होता है कि मजा आने लग जाता है
या
I have a routine where I go and then the people I work with are my friends so you go to your friends you play music you
या
have to keep up like क्या होता है कि you have to keep your motivation level very up
ट्रू.
because if you अगर मैं एक head chef हूँ और मैं मतलब lead नहीं कर रहा properly if I'm not in a good mood it shows out to other people and I've realized in time also that if I am not happy no I can just see people around me just getting scared of me just like they're like not trying to have a word with me
या
so ये मैं देखता हूँ when I'm full of energy when I'm talking when I'm laughing when I'm making people laugh that's what I do on the crew also like with crew also I will walk out
या
in the breakfast and I'll talk with them about random stuff we'll crack jokes if you see in
या
my stories also I'll be just doing stupid stuff with my crew it is just because they're happy
या
there's no other way. When you enjoy what you're doing, my products are coming out nice. I have plans which are coming out nice. So, like you just feel when you're on the track. It's all in the mindset, I believe. If you have that positive mindset, you will be tired. Like even right now, as I told earlier, my day, I've told you, it'll be gone
Yeah.
within like, I won't even know when I'll be in bed.
Mm.
इतनी जल्दी जाएगा.
Yeah,
So
true.
all these things, you have to keep a positive attitude about what's coming and what you're trying to do.
Mm.
If you're not happy yourself, then it's pointless.
No,
तो
that's
इसलिए
true.
मेरे में एनर्जी आए रहती है.
Even you didn't mention your friend का नाम, Pulkit.
हम्म.
I'm sure he is also, contributing, making sure that घर आते ही इसको बस सोने नहीं देना, पार्टी करनी है. I know वो
हाँ
सुन रहा होगा.
हाँ हाँ. He's gone for a
अच्छा,
motorbike license right now.
okay.
He want to get that. So हाँ होता है यार. When I come home, he's working from home, so he's free,
अच्छा,
and we're best
okay.
friends. So we talk about stuff. So we'll sit and have a chit chat,
Uh-huh.
and 2-3 घंटे पता ही नहीं कैसे निकल जाते हैं. So it's also, yeah, it's good to have, like, it's good to have a friend or somebody around also.
Mm.
So I take it in a positive thing as well, because it's right now, because of the lockdown, the life is not still back at normal.
Okay.
आप अभी उतना
Yeah,
freely लोगों से जाके नहीं मिल सकते हो जितना आप earlier मिलते थे. तो
exactly.
कुछ ना कुछ hesitation अंदर रहती है अभी भी.
वो
तो
तो है.
exactly. तो अभी भी we're just trying to learn and live how this new normal is going to be again. How this now the new normal. Now we're
Yeah.
going without the mask, and like about like in July some date they said it like we might go without mask soon. So
Mm.
all these things, they will. It's going to be a change again.
Exactly. I think we have to. I'm not sure कि कितना time और लगेगा to completely, go back to normal life where we don't wear mask or, we are not scared going out, making sure that हमें दोबारा से flu ना आ जाए और COVID दोबारा start ना हो जाए. I wish ये सब situation जल्दी खत्म हो. And I have
बिल्कुल.
few questions जो मैं पूछूंगा. I got from audience. First question. Tell me about food you hate, but you have no choice. You have to still eat.
I don't eat this. I have a shellfish allergy,
Okay.
and the producer that like the producer on my show, he loves seafood.
अच्छा.
So the food comes in, my sous chef cooks it,
Hmm.
but the food will come in and I would not be happy. Like his shrimps, lobster would come in, I'll be like, keep this away from me. I
अच्छा.
just can't bear the smell of it. So like lobster is one of the things everybody knows around me that I hate.
तो फिर क्या करना है? You don't have no choice. You still have to try it.
I can say no. I can't say no to it. That
You
is
can
something
say
which
no
is
to it.
wrong with the industry. Why should
Uh-huh.
I kill myself to entertain you?
No, if you have no, but
As simple as that, right?
और भी बहुत सारे there are different food, which I'm not talking about allergy. I'm talking about which you don't like taste in terms of taste. You don't like it, but you still.
Eggplant is one of the things which I don't like when it's baked.
Okay.
I can have like eggplant parmesan. I can have like I can do like it stuffed eggplant. All those things are
Uh,
okay. But like if I just have to eat eggplant just like that, it's something which I personally don't like.
okay. Give me three best Indian restaurants in Toronto. Or even you want
One
to
of the
mention,
restaurants,
yeah, even you want to mention
one of
some any restaurants in Canada. Let's do best three restaurants, Indian restaurants in India, Canada.
in Canada, I'll say Paka, which I've worked at.
Indian, yeah.
Indian.
Okay.
It's a very that he's the only one who I believe started doing modern Indian in Toronto.
Hmm.
So first of all, him.
Hmm.
Then second, Angiti. I'm hearing a lot of good stuff about it.
Okay.
And Tamasha is quite nice as well. Food wise,
Tamasha, yeah.
Tamasha has kept his like the bars are high.
Hmm.
And there's a Bombay restaurant as well. I can't remember the name of it. They have outstanding food. I'll get back to you on that one.
Bombay,
There
Bombay.
is
I know like a lot of Bombay chapati is there in
no 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 no
Cherak.
no
No, 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 Bombay.
no. This one you'll change your trust me.
Acha.
It'll be one of the best restaurants I've ever eaten
I'll
from.
book right now. Tell me the name
You
after. I'll book
should.
right now.
You should. They have outstanding mawa cake. Their food is
Uh,
fresh. It's a proper
mm,
Bombay food,
mm.
and everything is super fresh.
Okay.
So that's something I just love about them.
Uh,
A lot of Indian restaurants are coming. That's a good thing. Chaska is
mm,
coming.
mm.
There are like a lot of brands. Drink Good Eats is there. So there are a lot of nice restaurants which are making noise. So that is nice.
Give me three best, uh, generally any restaurant. If you would like
In
to
Toronto,
go,
in downtown.
yeah.
In downtown, number one is Lee. I started my journey there. So it's a celebrated restaurant. Like it's something like if I have to celebrate something, I'm going to that restaurant.
Mm.
Dilo.
Okay.
And then I believe there's for number three, there's a lot of competition going on. Alo is there. Like
Mm.
Alo is doing food, which is like I can't even imagine what they're doing.
Okay.
The level of food there is just outstanding. Then there's
Mm.
Planta for vegans.
Okay.
There's so many pies there for Thai, Sukhothai. There's so many other restaurants, man.
Mm.
So it's good,
So,
like acha aa rahe restaurants.
no, that's great because I think I've tried Lee, but I've not tried the other two you mentioned. Send me the names, I'll try. I don't
Sorry?
like seafood also. I hate seafood. I
No, no,
hate.
you'll find good food over there. I promise you that.
Okay. So, a lot of people ask, they are vegetarian and they want to, start their career as a chef. Is it possible? How easy will be for them, or what difficulties they need to face? Because again, if they have a choice that they can say no to, when you're in the college, they don't want to cook beef or they want to cook, other meats. If they
It's
want to,
restriction. See, the restriction is something which will be there. If they don't
Mhm.
want to eat something, then that means that they can't taste it. And
Yes.
if you can't taste something, how can you serve something which you have not even tasted yourself and which
Uh-huh.
you don't even know?
Mhm.
Like, like if you're not able to serve it or eat it, you can't serve it. Like, वो serve नहीं हो सकता. आप taste नहीं कर रहे उसको.
Exactly. Exactly.
आपको texture नहीं पता, आपको पता नहीं हो कैसे serve होना चाहिए. So
Mhm.
for those people, there are a lot of vegan restaurants coming up.
Okay.
So it's not that they have to make sure that they're going towards the meat. They can
Mhm.
move towards the plant proteins now and do more
Mhm.
things in them.
Yeah.
There are always ways. If anybody who wants to go ahead, they'll always find something to do.
Yeah.
So that is
So
it.
it's not easy. Well, agar there were very limited options. You said vegan restaurants are coming. I'm not talking
Yeah,
about India. India, I know like still there are a lot of places who serve just vegetarian food. But
yeah, yeah,
if you are here, you have to make sure that you learn to cut pork or beef, other food.
you have to.
Even you have to play
If
around.
you want to, if you have to be in the industry, you have to.
Yeah.
I've worked with a lot of vegan chefs who are doing it, and they don't need it. Like for now, I'll say my chefs right now, my sous chefs right now are from Middle
Acha.
East, so they do
Okay.
not eat pork.
But they don't eat beef. Okay.
But they cook it. But they cook
Mhm.
it. They know how it's supposed to be taste like. There are
Mhm.
people who chew it and then throw it out. There's so many other
Acha.
things that people do in order to work. It's all in the passion in the end of the day. Like
Yeah.
if I don't like lobster, I still know how to cook lobster.
Okay.
I've learned it how to do it. And just like I'm in a stage where I can say no.
Mhm.
So that is what a big difference is.
So, last question. Uh, where do you want to see yourself in the next 5 years? Avneet, I know you want to start a restaurant. You told me about your future plan. If you like to share with us, what do you want to do, and where do you want to see yourself in the next 5 years?
See, for now, I just want to cook. I want to bring more better Indian food in
Uh,
in Canada all over.
mm,
So we'll start playing around. We'll start marketing ourselves. We'll bring a brand by as soon as the Corona is like done and if we feel comfortable investing in it. Personally, me. So as soon as that part is done, then I'll
okay.
start bringing out restaurants. That is like something is like the next thing which is like I'm looking forward for. Then
Mm.
Indian food trucks. I want
Oh,
decent Indian food trucks moving around. Like,
nice.
the ones that you can, it's not, they're just not serving one thing. They will
Mm.
serve you like how a Mexican restaurant is, like
Oh,
Mexican food truck is. So, bringing the game a little bit up, like creating that competition in the market,
mm.
like, bringing what I have learned. And I
Okay.
don't mind bringing out food for menus. I am someone who enjoys it. If you tell me to do one thing, I'll be like, what? I need to do at least six or seven. So
Uh-huh.
like this, you'll find more options on a food truck. So it'll be
Okay.
fun.
I think
Because
we
right
go.
now also I do like a big menu, Like right now I also do big menu of a food truck. So I've learned it how to do it even in Indian food.
अच्छा अब कब खोल रहा है ट्रक के मेरा घर मैं तो I will send you my address make sure you you have your truck around my house I love Indian food
तू कार्निवल करवाता रहे I will be there.
okay definitely
So that is something that I'm intrigued towards. That is something that I want to do.
Mhm.
In next 5 years, that is something definitely you will see a brand from me. I can promise
Definitely
you that at least.
I believe in you and I'm
It'll be
confident
fun.
because
It'll be
yeah
fun. It'll be fun to bring the food that people want to see. The like the food which does not just look like a lump on a plate. It'll be
Yeah.
more fun. There'll be more elements. Like I have a lot of things coming up, bro.
कोई है एक आइडिया शेयर कर सकता है छोटा सा? What kind of food?
I want to do like butter chicken wontons from very long time.
अच्छा.
That is something which is like, there ki karenge. There is
Yeah.
Amritsari kulchas ke liye hai in like chana ka hummus hota hai na. We'll change the
Yeah, yeah,
hummus
yeah.
and we'll change the kulcha bread. So it is
अच्छा.
something that you can dip and you can eat. We'll
Nice.
change the style. Like instead of the chana you eat like a chole, we'll make a hummus out of it. And it'll be like onion kulcha or some other kulcha, and you got like this chatpata hummus to have it with. Like when you're in a
That's nice.
carnival, you do not want to dirty your hands.
Yeah.
You do
True.
not want to have that greasy food. So
Hmm.
it eliminates that factor. There's so many dishes, that we've talked about. There's certain sliders I'll do.
Hmm. Hmm.
So there is like a lot of stuff in the menu will come. I
Okay.
can't just like give it out right now, bro. You have to wait for it for a bit.
अरे नहीं नहीं, I'm looking forward to it. And thank you so much. It was a
No
great
worries. It was
session.
fun. It
Yes,
was
it was
fun. It was
fun,
fun.
and I'm 100% sure people are joined. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much, guys.
And if you guys have missed, you have not joined since the beginning, or if you can see this content on my Instagram page, also on YouTube page, I will upload it. Uh, if you guys, you can follow Chef Ravneet. What's your page name?
Chef Ravneet Johar.
Chef Ravneet Johar. So you guys can follow him. If you have any questions, प्याज कैसे काटना है मैंने तो वो पूछा था. I'm pretty sure you can teach people the
You
basics,
come
and
home one day, I'll teach you how to chop
and
onions.
I want to eat that butter chicken wala dish you want and you
Butter chicken
mentioned.
poutine. Oh,
No,
butter chicken
protein I
wasabi.
don't like.
You
Protein
wouldn't
I
have
don't
it.
like. Um,
Everybody's done it. No, that is
let's
why I don't want
let's
to do it. I
let's
want to do
okay.
beef brisket. I want to do lamb rogan josh brisket. Brisket के साथ उसका sorry lamb rogan josh poutine. I will
अच्छा.
like वही बता रहा हूँ. It will change the flavor.
Okay,
It'll
let's
be meaty
try
as brisket.
next week. Let's meet and let's try.
Let's do it, guys. We are open now. Hi, Richa. Hi, Kanav. Okay, buddy. Thank you so
Hi,
much.
thank you so much, Ravneet. मैं बस book कर रहा हूँ. I will meet you soon and we'll try your food. The food you
Let's do it,
mentioned.
bro. Let's do
Okay.
it.
All right,
Have
thank you
fun
so
till then,
much,
man.
guys. All
Have
right.
fun on the challenge, buddy. Cheers. Bye.
Okay. All right, thank you so much, guys, for making this session very valuable. This was our first interview with a chef and also Instagram Live. I will come up with more. Thank you so much and enjoy your day.